So the last section of factoring that we're going to be reviewing is sums and differences of squares, okay? Of cubes. So here we have cubes. This is a to the third power, b to the third power, and we're going to use this little formula, okay? So when we factor it, it's going to be a plus b parentheses a squared minus a times b plus b squared. Okay, if you have a difference of cubes, then you're going to use, and difference means the minus sign here. Okay, sum of cubes would be the plus sign here. Okay, and then they give you the formula. So if I look at my assignment real quick, I have x to the third power plus 64. That means that we're going to use the first one. We're going to use the sum of cubes. Okay. So what we need to do first is we need to find the cube root of x to the third power. So that's going to give us our a. So a is found by taking the cube root of x to the third power, which would just be x, okay, because the cubed and the cube root cancel each other out. And then our b is going to be the cube root of 64, which I believe is 4. 4 times 4 is 16 times another 4. Yeah, it is 4. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and write down the formula. So it is going to be a plus b, a, and then plus b is 4. And then we open up parentheses again. And then we have a to the second power. So whatever a is, we're going to have to square it. And then it's going to be minus a times b. So a times b. And then it's going to be plus this plus right here. That's where I'm getting the signs from. Okay? It'll be plus, and then whatever b is, squared. Okay, so I'm just going to fill it in. Well, for a, we got x. So I'm just going to fill these in with x. And then for b, we got a 4. So I fill this in with 4s. Okay, and then I'm just going to simplify this real quick. The x plus 4 doesn't simplify. It just stays as x plus 4. And then the x squared stays as x squared. Minus x times 4, we usually don't write the 4 second. We usually write the 4 in the front as a coefficient. So it would be 4x. And then plus 4 squared is 4 times 4. 4 times 4 gives you 16. Okay, so you simplify it, and that's it. Okay, this next one is also a sum of squares, the sum of cubes. So we're going to use the same formula. Okay, so starting off with, we're going to take the cube root to find a. Take the cube root of a x to the third power. Okay, the cube root of 8 is 2, and the cube root of x cubed is just x. Okay, so that means that our a is equal to 2x. Then we look for our b. So our b, we get that by taking the cube root of 125, which gives us 5. Okay, so that means that our b is equal to 5. I'm going to go ahead and copy down this formula. Okay, let me... this one right here. So it's going to be parentheses. We have a plus b. And we do parentheses again. It's going to be a squared minus a times b plus b squared. This one's b. This side's b. This is b. This is a. This is a. And this is a. That's where I plug in my a's. Okay. Now we know a is 2x. This is 2x, and this is 2x. And we know our b is equal to 5, so this is 5. This is b times 5, and this is 5. Okay, so once you plug that into your formula, we go ahead and simplify it. So we have 2x plus 5, that stays as is. We have 2x squared. Now you don't just square the x, you also have to square the 2 because it had the 2 terms. So 2 squared is 4, and x squared is x squared. Okay. Minus 2x times 5 gives us 10x, and 5 squared gives us 25. And that's it. Okay. Now we have a difference of cubes. Okay, so we're gonna have to use the second formula. So first let's go ahead, we still do the same thing. We need to find the cube root. So to find a, we take the cube root of x to the third power, and that gives us x. And then that's gonna be our a, and then we have b. So b, to find b, we take the cube root of 27. Now you don't need to put the negative in there. So it's just fine like that. So 3 times 3 times 3 gives us 27, so the cube root is 3. Okay, that's our b. And so our formula is set up somewhat the same way, if you notice here. The a's and the b's are in the same spots. So a is here, 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 and that's it. And our b is here, here, and here. Okay, the only difference if we look here between these two is the signs. So if you notice here, the signs are a minus b. So here it's going to be a minus b. And then all of these signs here are plus signs in between. So squared, plus, plus, and then this one squared. Okay, so that's only different when you compare them. Okay, so here we know a is x. So I put an x here, an x here, and an x here. And then we know that b is 3. So I put a 3 here, a 3 here, and a 3 here. And then we simplify. So we have x minus 3, and then we have x squared plus 3x, and then 3 squared gives us 9. All right. All right, the next one, 1000 x to the third power, is going to be our a when we take the cube root. So the cube root of 1000 x cubed is going to give us 10x. Okay, and then we do the same thing for the 1. We take the cube root of 1. Well, 1 times 1 times 1 gives us 1. Okay, then we go ahead, and this is a difference of cubes, so it's going to be minus here. It'll be squared, plus, plus, and then this one's squared. Okay, remember our a's and our b's will go in the same locations. This is b, this is b, this is b. Okay, so we know that a is 10x, so I'm going to fill in a 10x in all those spots. 10x. And we know b is 1, so I'm going to go ahead and put a 1 here. All right, so here we have 10x minus 1. And then here we are going to have 10x squared is going to give us 100, because 10 squared is 100, and x squared is x squared. Plus 10x times 1 is going to give us 10x, and then last 1 squared is 1. And that's it. All right, so we have one more example like this. Okay, this is also a difference of squares. So first we go ahead and figure out what our cube root is. So a, if we take the cube root of x cubed, that gives us x. And then b, we take the cube root of 8y cubed, and that gives us the cube root of 8 is 2. The cube root of y cubed is y. So now that we know that a is x and b is 2y, we go ahead and plug this in. Okay, so it'll be x minus 3, this one squared, and then these signs are plus, plus, and then this one squared. Remember, our a is first, and our b comes second. And then we just plug it in. So this would be x minus 2y, and then this would be x squared, and then x times 2y, and then this would be y squared. So when we simplify this, this would be x minus 2y. That one stays as is. The x would stay as squared. X times 2y, we would rewrite it as 2xy. Okay, so when you multiply these, the coefficient, the 2 goes in the front, and then you write the letters in alphabetical order. So that's why I put the x in the front. And then this would be plus y squared. And that's it. You guys have any questions? Leave it in the comments. Send me an email. Thank you guys. Bye.